Hello everybody, so this is my first video on this channel. I'm going to be posting my journey owning a Doberman. This is my first Doberman. His name is Dio. I just wanted to share how I take care of him on a daily basis and document my journey. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing a video on how I post his ears. I do the backer rod method, so here's the supplies you'll need. I'll list the supplies in the description along with the prices and everything. But let's get started. So first, there's this Goo Gone stuff I put on here, but I already took his tape off, but I saturate it in this to get it off easier. And then here's some facial toner. Make sure it's alcohol free. I use Q-tips with this. And then some sports tape, some duct tape, Q-tips, scissors, and then some backer rod. Make sure it's the 1/2-inch ones, and then you need a willing participant. And then at this point, he already knows what's gonna happen. That's why he's looking at me weird, but first I clean his ears with a Q-tip, and I like to pour it in the cab just to like give me easier access. I like to clean his ears twice with the witch hazel, and then I use a dry Q-tip and I just dry it out in there so that there's no moisture in there, so when he gets his post put in, there's no moisture buildup. And then here I'm taking the backer rod and I'm cutting it about like 6 inches, just like a little bit bigger than your dog's ears so that there's enough. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut a second one for his second ear, and then I'm also gonna cut another one for the bridge. This one could be shorter from the rest, so you don't have to use as much. Now I'm gonna put the bridge aside, and I'm gonna start working on the 2 big posts. I'm gonna take my duct tape and unroll it so that it's almost as long as the post, and I'm gonna cut it. And then you're gonna line it up with a little bit of the backer rod sticking out on the end. And then you're gonna roll it. Now the access tape that you have, we're gonna cut off. And we're gonna go ahead and double roll it with the duct tape so that it's extra secure and doesn't bend easily. So here I am again, cutting a piece of tape almost as big as the rod, and then leaving a little bit of room at the end where the foam sticks out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll it. Then once again, after you roll it, you're gonna just cut off the access. And then this is what it should look like. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the second one. Okay, now this is the bridge. This one you could literally just stick in the middle of the tape. I don't know why I put it on the edge, because now there's a little piece sticking out. But I fix it later on. And just roll it, and then just cut the access off again. And then double roll it. Make sure you double roll all of them. Okay, now this is what the bridge should look like, and then this is what all 3 of them should look like next to each other. And then now we're gonna start actually rolling the sports tape onto there. So we're gonna take some sports tape, maybe the same length as the big rods, and then we're gonna get a second piece that's just slightly smaller than that, and then from there another piece that's slightly smaller from that one. Then you're gonna get another piece of tape that's smaller, And you're gonna cut that, and then you're gonna cut it in two and then just rip it apart. We're gonna use that for the tip of his ears to just secure it. Now here we're gonna cut diagonally onto the foam so that it sits in his ear right. We're gonna do that for both of them. That's what it should look like. Now this is where we actually start wrapping this sports tape onto there. We're gonna start by just going around it once, and then from there we're gonna go backwards over it once in a straight line. And then after you touch where you first started, you're gonna start wrapping diagonally all the way up to the tip. And then once you get to the top of it, you're gonna go over it like a little bit more so that there's a little access, and then just cut that off, because we're gonna fold that into each other just so it stays, and then we're gonna also put another piece of tape on there. And now here I'm just cutting a little piece of tape and then cutting that in half, and we're just gonna stick it on top so that it holds. And then we're pretty much gonna repeat the same process with the other one, just the two big ones though. And now it's actually time to start putting them in the ears. So here I'm showing you how the diagonal way faces outwards of the ear on each side. And then here we're gonna actually start putting it into the ear. You don't want to go too deep. There's a little pocket on the side. You can actually see where I put it in. See, it's right there. And then you're gonna just pull the ear onto it, onto the post, so that it sticks up straight and there's no creases or anything. And then we're gonna fold the ear onto it so it sticks. And then here we're gonna take our big piece of tape that we cut that was about the same size as it, and we're gonna wrap that around at the base. You want to stick the first sticky part onto the actual like post where the stick is, and then you're gonna go around the ear. And then make sure that you don't put it on too tight. You could put it on a little loose, and then you're gonna like scrunch it in. And then after you're done with that one, you're gonna move on to the second piece of tape. Overlap it with the first piece just a little bit so that there's no hair sticking out. And then again, stick the first bit of tape onto the actual post, and then you can wrap it, and then just scrunch it in. And then now you see I showed you a little bit how we're gonna leave the tip of the ear out, so we know where to cut the top of the post. We're not gonna leave it that tall. So I'm wrapping the last piece of tape around it, and I'm gonna keep just a little bit of the tip of his ear out so you can see I'm pointing to it. This is when you're gonna put your thumb on it so you don't cut it, and then you're just gonna cut the rest of the post off. And now we're gonna take the two pieces of tape that I had first. we're gonna lay one over the top of it, covering the top of the piece we just cut off. And then we're gonna take the second piece of tape and we're just gonna wrap it around just to secure the top piece so it doesn't come back off. And then this ear is done. And after this, we're gonna move on to the next ear and start that one. Here, I'm showing just a sped up version, just to get it done quickly. See, I cut it, put the tape on it. Okay, now we're almost done. Here we're doing the bridge piece. Measure it to the length you need for your dog. Now we're gonna cut a piece of tape. We're gonna stick it in the middle. You want a good amount of tape on the ends of both because we're gonna be wrapping that around his post to secure it, and then cut a piece the same exact size. Here I'm just cutting 3 pieces that are gonna be used to secure it after I do it. And now I'm just lining it up. You want it evenly as possible. Putting that piece of tape on the front. And then the 3 pieces I cut, I'm wrapping it around the middle of the post just to secure it. And then now I am done. Aww. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. Please leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe for more Doberman content coming soon. I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching.